Welcome back to Admirals All Access. As you see, we're broadcasting from Spin Milwaukee for this episode, and you see a couple of left-handers behind me playing. Charlie Larson, the Admirals Vice President of Communications, says it's odd to see two left-handers playing a racket sport, and I'll take his word for that. The Milwaukee Admirals play a lot of ping pong, and you may not know that necessarily unless you went into the locker room. Quite a heated tournament. It's been going on for several years with several different players, and it continues today. Welcome to Spin Milwaukee. The competition is getting heated with the Milwaukee Admirals. Let's take a look. Well, you can see the Finns are playing here, and it's always the forwards against the defensive pairing. So it's TEEMU, LAAKSO, and Antti Engren, a defenseman and a goalie, against the two forwards who are playing together on the same line now, Jani Lainen and Juuso Puustinen. I think Lainen and Puustinen should have the clear advantage because they know each other very well, but we'll see what happens. TEEMU, this is an interesting matchup here because you got guys who defend against guys who are more offensive-minded players. So in a game of ping pong, who has the advantage, a defensive player or an offensive player?
I would say defensive more because they don't have the skill to make those offensive plays. So I think definitely us who's playing defense all the time.
Now, who you would think now they play on the same line now. So, I mean, that's got to give them a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm a little bit worried because they're playing so bad, and they should be good since they're playing the same line.
Admirals owner Harris TURER. And Harris, talk about this event, putting it together.
Well, we wanted to have an event. It was team building. Here we are at the beginning of March, stretch playoff run. And then we just thought, hey, let's get the guys together. Let's have a fun afternoon and spin with something different and fun for the guys, I thought. And I know a lot of the guys that obviously in the locker room play ping pong throughout the course of the season. So this was a perfect venue for us.
Have you ever played any of them in ping pong in the locker room?
No, I have not. But I've seen some. Some are good and some are not as good.
Who do you like so far? I mean, everybody's talking about Roman Josi and Mark Van Gilder. And I know Cal O'Reilly always talked about himself as the best one.
I have to say, I saw Van Gilder. I don't know what he learned at Notre Dame, but clearly became a ping pong expert.
Who's the best guy on the team this year?
So far, you know what? Every day after practice, I always see Mark Van Gilder out there, so I never see him leave the table. So I'm going to say he's probably the best.
Who's the best guy? Have you found out who the best guy on the team is right now?
I heard that Van Gilder's pretty good.
Do you have any idea who the best guy on the team is this year at ping pong?
I don't know. I've heard there's a couple names floating around in contention.
And they would be?
Mark Van Gilder, obviously. Roman Josi was a ping pong legend before he got called up to the bigs.
Well, as you've heard, so many members of the team have said that Mark Van Gilder is probably the best ping pong player in the 2011-2012 Milwaukee Admirals. Mark, would you agree with that?
Well, it was tough when Yost got called up. He was my competition. He was really good. He was fun to play against. He had all the shots. So
what makes you so good?
I don't know. I just make adjustments. You know, play good defense. Wait for my time patient. Guys, it's funny. Guys like Foss and Champagne, they're like, "Oh man, I had you. I was up 3-2." I'm like, listen, guys, it's about getting the last point that matters. So you try to talk to them, try to help out the young guys and show them like how to play the game of ping pong.
Why ping pong? Why is it so popular in the locker room? It's been that way for a long time. Obviously, there's this Spin Milwaukee that has it. So, what is it about the sport that attracts the boys in the locker room to this?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I think it's just one of those kind of fad things. It's just what's in right now. You know, I think, I don't know, I'm kind of the elder statesman, you know, so it's like we'd maybe go to the pub and play some pool and darts and stuff, but now the guys want to play ping pong, so there's ping pong halls and stuff like that. And we have a table in the locker room, so it creates a little animosity and creates a little competition between the guys.
Well, as you can see, the boys had a great time at Spin Milwaukee, and you can too. You can find Spin Milwaukee on Chicago Street near the intersection of Chicago and Water, just south of downtown Milwaukee. Now it's time for Ask the Admirals, a chance for you, the fan, to ask your favorite Admiral a question.
This question is for Scott Ford. Hey Scott, how did your Pigeon of the Day award come about?
Hey Emily, great question. Hey, we just have this Pigeon of the Day. It's just something that came about, just have some fun with the guys. It's something that we do just at practices and away from the rink, where somebody might do something funny, you know, like when we're on the ice, fall down, toe pick, just something out of the ordinary. And we kind of laugh at them and call them a pigeon. The pigeon thing just comes about as far as you see pigeons just kind of hanging around, flying around, kind of being useless. And it's just something funny. It's team camaraderie. It's something we do with the guys, and it's kind of caught on, and it's been something fun that we've been doing in the room.
This question is for Zach Startini. Hey Zach, what age did you start growing a beard?
Hey Eric, thank you very much for the question. That was a great question. My first beard started coming in maybe when I was about 6 or 7. It was first the mustache, a little bit of the handlebars, and then you know, finally the full beard came in maybe when I was around 8 or 9. You know, it's been growing ever since. You shave usually 2 or 3 times a day. Shaved maybe a couple hours ago just before practice. We just finished practice now, so you know, it's tough sometimes. You know, get some tough nicknames. You know, the Wolfman, things like that. But you know, it's part of the character and part of me.
This question is for Victor Bartley. Hey Victor, if you had to pick somebody to play yourself in a movie, who would it be?
Hey Joe, thanks for the question. If I could choose someone to play me in a movie, I'd say it'd have to be Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid.
This question is for Ryan Thang. Would you rather win the Olympic gold medal or the Stanley Cup?
Hey Rosemarie, thanks for that question. I believe it's a tough choice here between the Stanley Cup and the gold medal. Ultimately, I would probably have to choose the gold medal, obviously, just because of the importance of playing for your country, playing for Team USA. But if I was given the opportunity for any of those options, you know, obviously I'd be very grateful.
Well, thank you very much, fans, for all those great questions. We're going to step out, but when we come back, Roscoe and the players take part in one of their favorite events of the season. You're watching Admirals All Access.